YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV.
Tim Westwood TV, I'm a Cavan Extra. Mate, good to see you again, family, even though it's the first time.
Yes, it's first time in London.
Appreciate you coming through.
I'm excited.
How are you enjoying London?
It's been fun. I got to perform for the first time at a club. It was dope. Tape.
Yeah, this is pretty fly.
Yeah, it was fire. Yeah. Me and my DJ, the rest of my crew, we have fun. Everybody was nice.
What do you think of that? The London drip, man. How does it compare to what you?
I like it. You know, London reminds me of New York.
Okay.
But it's just every vibe's different when it's different people. So I enjoy it. I've been enjoying it out here. I plan on going out tomorrow probably. And I got in the studio last night and actually worked on some music, heard some music from certain artists, and it's dope.
Oh, so you've been paying attention to what's happening out of the UK?
Yeah. You know what? A lot of what I can say about the artists that come out of here, a lot of them that I've met are very humble and show me a lot of love. And a lot of them might have heard my music or like, you know, like to where I may not even thought they were fans of me or knew about me, and maybe I just reached out and was like, hey, I rock with your music, and they're like, oh, skirt, like, yo, it's Tokyo, like, and I'm just like, yo, like, but I think it's still, because if you've never been here, you really don't know who really plays your music and how it goes up in the club, or what kids are riding around, you know, playing your stuff. So it's exciting to see it firsthand. Yeah,
for real, man.
It's dope to get the love like in person.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and just to see it, man, see the realness of it. And I mean, you've had some big records. That Skateboard P was like a joint which rang off. It was like, to me, that just set a whole new trend in music, because there was nothing really alike. There's a lot of records like that now, but at the moment it came out, there wasn't a lot of records like that.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? So it stood alone, and people really, like, it was really feeling it, man. Really feeling it, man. And that skit. I mean, did you invent that slang?
Skateboard P is definitely Pharrell's nickname, and it was just really like, I could have, you know, say like a female artist, say if she made a remix or if she made a song before me and she used Skateboard P in a way of like, say if she said ass like Cardi B. Like if she said, I got ass like Cardi B, instead of like chain like Skateboard P. What if a chick said ass like Cardi B? It's like just using that in like showing love to Pharrell, saying chains like Skateboard P, wearing Chanel, and him working with Chanel, or getting your chains from Bim Baller or whoever, you know. It was just a showing love, and I'm glad that I got to meet him, and he appreciated the record, and
I bet,
you know, so it's dope.
And a cool guy as well, man.
Super down to earth,
super cool,
super down to earth, and he's a dad, so that's cool, just like me. So I rock with P. We got to get in the studio before, and you know, he's the best in the studio. So it was just dope, and we had good conversations. That's the main point. Like we recorded something we didn't finish, but we had good conversation. And that's rare. Like it's like rare with every artist, or rare when you meet one of your favorite artists. Is rare, because you're like, you don't want to. They have this thing where you say that you don't want to meet your favorite artist, or don't wish to meet your favorite artist, because then when you meet them, sometimes they're not your favorite artist anymore. You're like, this person was this, but when I met him, he was everything that I thought he was gonna be.
Like him as a person holds up to him as an artist. Yeah, very
That's
cool
fire.
guy, man. And he's had some big moments in the game, man. Had some very big moments.
He's had enough moments for all of us to have a big moment. Like, so, and that's real. The inspiration goes too long, like with him, like the influence.
So with that record though, I mean, obviously, you know, shouting him out, But that record wasn't really all just about him. It was just about
that was one thing in there.
exactly.
It's just like Uber Everywhere.
Yeah.
There's one line in there.
Exactly.
But everything else is
something else.
Something else.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just, you know what? I feel like there's certain songs that may not be, like, like there's songs back in the day that you listen to and you be like, oh man, this gave me a moment, this gave me a memory. And I feel like a lot of songs, it doesn't necessarily have to be the content that's what's said in the song. I think it's more of the vibe and the memory when you heard it, and did it make you feel good?
Yeah,
because it's a vibe.
Exactly.
And I feel like most of my songs that became hits or went platinum or anything like that have been songs that were moments and vibes that like people share with their friends, or they turn up, or they be like, this, like, I love the energy in this song, or they be like, I love the performance behind this song.
Yeah, bigger than the music in a lot of ways.
Yeah. So it's dope. It's dope.
So yeah, you definitely had some big moments, and more big moments about to come with the new album, man.
Yeah.
Sincerely Tokyo. I mean, obviously a lot of reference to Tokyo. Was that like an important part in your life?
Yes.
In Tokyo? That must be
yes. Living in Japan from 9th grade to a year out of high school.
Crazy.
Yes. I didn't really start going off base or calling myself getting lost until like the last like 2 years that I was there. But graduating in Japan, having prom in Tokyo, to calling yourself skipping school, or all of that, I felt like living in Japan made me feel comfortable to be the person I am today.
For real.
Made me dress whatever way I wanted to dress, and I didn't care. It made me confident, more confident in myself, and because people so much love there. So I feel like when you're around a lot of positive energy, it's easier for a positive outcome. But you can be in the most grimy spot but find positive, and I just got lucky to be in some real positive, good, just around. There was nothing really negative. It was only negative if I woke up and made it negative, but I really soaked that in, and I took advantage of it, and didn't even realize I was taking advantage of it. Didn't realize this was even going to be a big part of my life, and I was enjoying it because I wasn't even doing music like that then. Like, I wrote, but I wasn't recording myself. I wasn't calling myself MadeinTYO. I was just there. I was just a kid, the military kid, like my pops in the military. I was just there. And then when I moved to Atlanta and I was there, then people ask you, hey, what's your name? And I was like, well, I used to live in Tokyo. And are we gonna call you Lil Tokyo? And I was like, man, I'm not about to be a Lil. Like, I was like this. I love like the Lil Waynes, the Lil Uzis. I love all of that. But like, I'm already short. I don't gotta tell people that I'm Lil. like we don't gotta do all of that. Like, you'll see. Like, it's good. It's good, baby. We good. So, MadeinTYO was easier to say that, and I wanted a name that sounded like a group. I wanted a name that sounded more than one person, or you couldn't put something on it, like how you have your Travis Porters or your
exactly.
What do you call it? Let's say like a Daft Punk, like like the group type of thing, and I just wanted to make it like that, like The Weeknd. Like, the name's how the Party Next Door. Yeah. Like, like where it's like that sound, that could be a rock band. Party Next Door.
Yeah, you really don't know.
Like, it's like the party down the street. Yeah. Like, it's like it could be that. But it was MadeinTYO, and the wordplay of everything, when you look on shirts, it's made in blah blah blah, made in whoop. And I was like, yo, it's like, just run with that. Some people was like, yo, I've met them before. Yeah. And I'm like this. I was like, oh, Pharrell, you've met them? You met MadeinTYO? You met them.
And then you did the TYO as well, man.
Yes, TYO.
Extra spin on it.
You flying in, you flying in somewhere or whatever. I could have been, if my pops had got stationed out here and it was London, I could have been made in LDN. For real. And it could have been swag, and it would have still been fire. Might had a little accent, might have picked up a little, a little swag, and I would have been jumping on grind music, and it would have been a whole thing.
Just the directions in life, man. Yeah. And then, were you living on base then? So when you were stationed over there, were you living on base?
Yes, I was on the base.
I mean, that's like living in Little America, isn't it?
A little bit, but we had like, I feel like half of the people on the base were Japanese too.
Oh, for real?
They let a lot of the
oh, it wasn't a closed, restricted.
No. And I feel like, you know, a lot with the history behind, like, I feel like a lot of like the culture over there, a lot of people, like a lot of my friends that are, like, say that their mother has been over there forever, and say their father is in the military and their dad met their mom over there.
Exactly.
And then now they go to school on the base.
Exactly.
And then you got cousins that come on the base.
Yeah.
And then you got people that, Japanese people that get jobs on the base. So you have, like, the same way, like, we might go somewhere and get a job overseas, somewhere land a job, like a contract job or something.
Get a family.
You know, but they'll like have contract jobs where it might be a Japanese guy working on this base. So you had a mixture of everybody, and it was just a, you know, and I like with that too, they didn't like, I feel like my friends told me as I was growing up that a lot of their older Japanese like family wasn't really a big fan of us being over there anyway, like just America just being over there. Like, you know, like, and it makes all of the sense. Like, you know, like, so I'm like this, you know, I was like this, you know, like, it's not the best, like, you know, like, so I get it, I understand. So with that vibe from all the restrictions and stuff, getting on base on certain times, a certain time if you're not on base, it's a wrap for the night. You can wait till the morning. So like if I went off base on Sunday, like, no, say like I went off base on Friday, right? And I had school on Monday, and I don't make it back, and I'm late on Sunday night. I'm late for school.
Yeah, mad.
And then on that, they won't make me late for school, but they'll call my father and have him come down to the front gate. And then now that's a message to his boss. Yes. And then now that can deduct his rate, like on his pay, because it's really serious with so I was really on some, like, boom, this time I'm out, this time I'm not. And then when I finally got out of school, I was lost in Tokyo. I was gone.
I bet.
I was...
Yeah. Did they have that, like, what's it called? Is it called Exchange or the X-Mart? Like on the base, like the big supermarkets. Yeah, I DJ on
you definitely had an Exchange. So that's funny you said that. It's funny that you say that. Because
that is Little America there,
I used to work at the commissary.
Oh, I used to work at the commissary.
I used to work at the commissary. I used to bag groceries. And I was making, like, my father was an officer in the military, retired. So I feel like he had a lot of lower ranked people that worked for him that maybe and close to my age, the people that just graduated and went to the Navy, and they worked for my father and they knew about me just off of like, this is his son. So when I used to bag, a lot of people used to just tip me and be like, hey, tell your dad, blah, blah, blah. So like, you know, tell your dad, tell Officer Davis I said, hey, you know, I'm like this, boom, I'm like, oh man, thanks for the 20, thanks for the $30, like, and this is super hustle, and I would say take that $100, and $100 would be some Jordans, and say you make $100 in a day, and then you've racked up over like almost 1,000 in a week, and now you're out in Tokyo and you're buying like the new shoes that came out this week that people don't have in the States. Like, and now you post your little picture. Oh, you know, like it was cool. It was.
Did they have a Lib Club, a Liberty Club on the base?
Like a club, like that the Navy went. Like they had one of those too. Like it was right where the base, where you walk on the base, there's that base. Like, it's like right when you walk on base, you see the little club. It's right by the like gate. So like, as you know,
the one of the bases out here, Lakenheath, used to have a Lib Club, and in Playboy magazine, it was voted one of the top 10 clubs in the world. But when 9/11 came, everything changed. You couldn't get the girls couldn't get on base.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
wow. I was over in Japan when they had the whole crazy moment, earthquake, all of that, like all of the wild. I was supposed to go to Tokyo that day actually, and my mom had actually told me, she said, just wait till I get home. And I'm like, why can't you just tell me where you put the money at so I can just go? I don't understand why you're holding me back. I take a shower, boom. I feel the house shaking. I look outside, see the cars moving, like back and forth. And then you look on the news, they're talking about radiation, all of this.
Exactly.
My mom's on the phone. My mom got back. She's calling my father. You better get us out of here.
For real.
He's on a ship somewhere in the
for
middle
real.
of nowhere. While this happens, he's not in Tokyo at the time. So my mom's like tripping out because she stays home and watches us. And then, like, oh no, matter of fact, my mom used to stay home and watch us, but before that, she used to work all the time. And then when she stayed home and watched us, she started going to school, like started studying for pharmacy.
Okay.
Pharmacy tech and all of that. And then when I was in 12th grade, she decides to be the attendance lady at my high school. Yes.
Oh my days.
Yes, this is true.
So that was a mess.
Yes, it's true. So that was but like
and
you
she
would
didn't
think
cut you no slack.
no. Like one time I was late and it was over with. She was like, "You would really embarrass me at my job, and you know
So
this
she
is
put
and
extra
you
sauce
know
on
this
it.
is my
Like,
job."
yeah, like extra sauce.
And then like she chewed me out in front of the principal. Like, you know, like you felt like she had to do that, and she did.
I mean, military life is
Nah,
tough,
she
man.
definitely-
Let's not front. It's like
Yes.
There's not a lot of slack there. You
Yeah,
can't get
people.
away with
It's way different. So and I think it's normal for me, but I realize it's way different when you start having experience with other people and they tell you what they went through and everything. It's always been normal to me because everybody around me. It's like I got 3 brothers.
Yeah, it is what it is. So when you were creeping off into Tokyo, you out in the clubs, out in this like meeting, like you had your own network of people out there, like friends hanging out.
Yes, like I still have friends that's out there. That's still like where even when, like I still have friends that's out there that won't move back, that won't move to the States, won't go. They might visit, but they're like, I don't want to ever. I got friends that don't want to ever move from Tokyo.
It looks. I've never been. It looks very cool, man.
I feel like it's just like there might be people that's here that be like this. I don't want to leave. Like or like they don't have the to go to U.S. or they might go the farthest they might go is somewhere like maybe Paris or Germany or like that, and it's like But other than that, like I feel like there's a lot of people in Japan though. Maybe they're even more like grounded or like they probably wouldn't even fly to London. Like they're just like like Japan, like and that's it. I'm like me, I gotta be everywhere. I love Japan though. I would live there, but after being here for a couple of days, I was like, I'll live here too.
Yeah, for real.
I was like, oh man, this is kind of like New York, but like a different swag to it.
Yeah, definitely different.
That's like a little slower to me, just a little like than New York is just. And I feel like I could handle this more. But then at the same time too, the bigger you get, I probably won't be able to handle this either. Like if you be out and about and then just be, you and the made in the ends. You feel me?
Made in the ends.
Made in the ends.
How much time have you spent in Atlanta?
4 years.
Okay.
And to be exact, I stay on the north side.
Okay.
Like how like you say Migos, like they from the north side. I stay north side, I stay Alpharetta, I stay Lawrenceville, like Gwinnett, like all of that area, which is upper. It's like it's 30 to 40 minutes from Atlanta. Like driving.
That ain't nothing.
On the freeway. It's not that far. No, it's simple. I live there. I enjoy being there. I feel like it influenced me a lot to make more melodic music, to make more turnt music, because I was a super hip hop head, just super. Like the first time I heard that Paris and Tokyo beat was in Tokyo. Like, and I used to listen to it on the train. Yeah. Like, and falling asleep on the train, but hearing that Lupe saying, wake up in Tokyo, like, it's very possible. Like, it was just like, this is not far-fetched, Lupe. I get it. And I love just hip-hop from, like, all the people. That's why it makes so much sense just from me being like best friends with Big Sean, or me being cool with Mac Miller, or I love all of that hip hop stuff. So everything got like that really influenced a lot of all of that, like all of that.
Yeah. Now got the new album, Gunna, got your brother on there, 24 Hours, Tinashe, Ferg, Roy Woods, Blood Orange. I mean, it's pretty strong out there, man.
Yeah. Some friends.
Yeah.
It was like life change. It was like life change. Those used to be people I just listened to. And Gunna's a newer one on there, but I love his music and it just made sense. And we did that early, like after he had dropped like one of his first projects. So that was dope. And he came through on there. And
what's your favorite tracks on the album, man?
I love Chuck E. Cheese. Retro 88. I love Mushy Mushy. I love the beat on it. It's story behind that. Pharrell wasn't gonna have his verse back in time for the Mushy Mushy record, but he was supposed to be on there. Like that was the inspired. We had to drop the album and couldn't wait.
He can hit the remix, man.
He definitely can. I low key want him and Pusha. I want him and Pusha to redo that whole like clips. Grinding like clips like, you know, BBC, Ice Cream, like 05, 04, like
classic
Mr.
moments.
Me Too swag. Like I want that vibe. So that's that. I like that. I love the last record with me and Tinashe.
Yeah.
And it's low key, it's not featured on there, but Roy Woods is on that record too, in the background singing.
Whoa.
So that's I love that record. And I love Ned Flanders because of Ferg is like big bro, and we recorded that record on tour when I was on tour, and he was on tour too. It was his birthday. Just so happened we had shows in the same area. We parked our tour buses right next to each other. I woke up and Smokey Wangela was on my bus like, are we recording? And from everybody from the ASAP, from the ASAP mob jumped on the bus and laid a verse, and it was Ferg's birthday. They do their show, I go to it, I show afterwards. We do a freestyle. And I tell Rocky, I was like, oh, I don't like freestyling. I tell Rocky this, and he said, man, what? Like, yo, he don't like freestyling. Rocky definitely, he's the type. If you say something like, hey, I'm nervous doing this, he's the type to let people know, yo, like he's gonna let like 5 other people about to know that you're nervous, but he's gonna let you know that you got this. He's the type to hype you up and be like, nah, you got this. And that's where it was like, we freestyle with Lil Flip in Texas, super legendary. And Lil Flip was a fan of me, and I'm like, yo, I'm a fan of you. Introduced me to his homies and the whole ASAP mob, everybody, and Key, which is gonna be on tour with me. Everybody was there and it was a good vibe. We blew out the candles, his cake, his, you know, family is there, and that song. So Ned Flanders is always a one on there, but Chuck E. Cheese was the first one before the album's coming out, the one that I play all the time. That was like, we were like, yeah, this is like, we love this record, and you know.
And this album is definitely defining you, brother. Do you know what I mean? Like who you are, who's made in Tokyo.
Yeah.
People understand, man.
Yeah. I'm excited because I put different vibes on there. I'm glad that I got to put Blood Orange on some vibes because I've been loving his music probably since I found out about like XL recording and all that. It got me like hip to all of that wave, to liking FK Twigs or like all of that, to Tyler putting the album out with them, to all of just doing history, to where I used to be like, yo, if this like before I was MadeinTYO and I just liked music and I was writing and I liked selection and I liked those type of beats and just the trippy different stuff, and I wanted to rap on that stuff, I was like, yo, I seen Tyler and he's not from London and he has something with XL recording, it's possible. Or looking at Toro, like just different people that were not from here or any of life, but they had association with them, or people they had love, to where it made it feel comfortable, to where it's always had that you want to be in London because you see other American artists get embraced. You know? So it's
definitely a cool place, brother. Your tack game, man, your ink is good. So you got the sun.
We're
going
got
the rising sun there. Respect that.
The rising sun. We got some more in Japanese like buildings, like temples. Mr. is a Japanese artist that works with Takashi. He's dope. He actually did like the shell toe Adidas where he did the paint on the front of them, like that came out. Pharrell at Low-Key, I think that was with Pharrell. This is actually Distorted's art, my baby mother's art that's tatted on here. My son's middle name, Santana. My first project, Forgiven, it's on my fingers. It's a reminder to forgive everything. If something bad happens, forgive. It doesn't mean forget. It says, you know, the wise, you know, like you forgive, because if you never let go of something or like grudges, like you're only hurting yourself.
For real.
Like with stress and
Yeah,
mental, like,
exactly.
you know, so that's a reminder every day to forgive anything, even if it was just, yo, the waiter, the waitress, or the chef gave you a bad burger. You might just have to forgive baby. That. Let it go.
But don't come
Let
back.
Let it go. Let it go, and just make sure it may not be that place. It may not. It might have just been that place. That restaurant might be a good restaurant. Let it go. It was the chef. Like they didn't clean the. You know.
What's True on the neck?
True, my son's name.
Oh, congratulations,
True.
man.
So True. My son turns 2 January 29th. Actually, the day I shot the Skateboard P video, the day I shot the Skateboard P video, my baby mother's water broke.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, and that was crazy. And she told me, I said, so like, you know, I'm here, like I'm in the hospital. I'm like, so, you know, like after we here and I'm looking at the doctor and like, so her water broke. So when, you know, you're asking all the questions, but at the back of my head, and this, I'm like, this other video's done. Like, we're not shooting the video. It's over with. And I'm thinking, like, yo, we got Sean to clear his schedule. It's not going to happen. If I don't get it done now, I don't know when it's going to happen. He's busy. He ended up rolling off to having, like, a top, like, album. Like, great year. Like, you know? And so I'm like, in the midst of that, she looks at me, she's like, it's not even she was like, you're questioning if you're going? She's like, this is the biggest video that you ever, like, this is your biggest video to date. Go. Because she's an artist too. So she understands you got to go do what you got to do. So I did that.
Did you make it back in time?
Of course.
Fantastic.
It's God. It was like a perfect time, and I couldn't, you know. And I had an Adidas show afterwards, after the video. And then I made it back in time, and he didn't come until 4 the next day.
Perfect.
In the afternoon, and it was clutch. It worked out, you know, and then, you know, Skateboard P went platinum.
Yeah,
a year later, like after that, whoop, and we're good.
And what a record, man.
Man,
what a defining record, man.
Man, and K Swisher produced that, which he produced Uber Everywhere. Ned Flanders with Ferg, Retro 88, Mushi Mushi. He produced part of the one with Gunner. He did Blue Cheese for 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
Like K Swisher is GOAT,
right
and he like what, last year he graduated from computer science. In the midst of all of this, while he was still finishing school. He's a genius.
How old is he?
K Swisher, I want to say I don't want to say it wrong. He's a GOAT. I'm going to just say he's 300.
Yeah, for real.
Like,
why not? And obviously, you got the big tour.
Yes.
Let's not forget the big tour.
Yes, Sincerely Tokyo Tour. Sincerely Tokyo Tour.
Taking in crazy dates. The list is
yes,
long.
at the end of January. We start before, we got a date off actually in there for True's birthday. But we start off like end of January, and we're not really off the road until like kind of close to end of March.
And you'll love that.
And then my birthday is in April. Yeah. I'll probably be back in LA for Coachella.
Yeah. Perfect.
So perfect timing.
And you love the tour life, man.
Yes, I love the tour life. And I've never been to Europe though, like for like a full tour, so I'm excited.
Yeah. So how much is that going to be in Europe as well as?
Is that like what was that? I'm not sure. I'm asking.
How long is it gonna be?
Yeah, how much is Europe and the States?
The States, it's like 3 weeks, just straight on the road, and then Europe is like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And do you love the tour bus life?
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you like this.
And do you have a studio in the back of the master bedroom?
Well, that's what I just had my last tour. And that was the first time having that.
What, the studio?
And it was dope. Like the studio, the master bed. Yes, I'm in the back. I'm in the master, of course.
You're in there? Okay.
Yes, with the studio in there with the booth. In
your room?
Yes, in the room.
Because often
door locked recording.
Exactly, because sometimes that's just a master bedroom.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just a studio.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Oh no, like I sleep
combination
there and
out.
I'm sleeping in the studio
Perfect.
on tour. As soon as I get off the stage,
Perfect.
I'm going back there. I'm telling either like my last tour, K Swisher was with me. Like I had him there. Like I'm like this, yo. As soon as we get off the stage,
Yeah.
I took him with me. He didn't like I was having him DJ. He's never DJ before. Had him DJ or said it was the most funny, and like we just have fun in his moments. And he said he'll probably never do it again.
And so you don't check the bunk beds.
No, I'm not taking a bunk. Like unless I really have to. But
Exactly.
man, I think I don't
That's
know.
all life is
I'm like
something
the guy that'll sleep on the couch before a bunk. I feel like I sleep in a bunk. I don't know. Like I feel like it closed on me or something. Like I don't know. It's weird. Like I don't like being in bunks. But and I forget the time. Like I've been in a bunk before. Like I had to do it on Big Sean's tour. I didn't like it. So when I got mine, I got the bus with the tour. Like so I was like, I watched Sean have the tour bus with the studio in the back.
Yeah.
My next tour afterwards, I had the studio bus with it in the back.
What tour bus rules do you have? No shitting on the bus.
Oh yeah, you can't shit on the bus, but I'ma shit on the bus. I'm like that straight up. I'm like they're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah,
but like I'm just like nah, like anybody else, I don't
No
want
shit on the bus.
Nah,
Wait for the stop.
we good. We wait for the stop.
You can piss on the bus, obviously.
Yeah.
Smoking on the bus is cool.
Yeah, smoking on the bus is cool, but don't be OD with it. Be smart with it. We travel in places, you know. Like I gotta get back home. I'm not trying to be on TMZ.
Yes.
All of that.
Yeah,
you
looking
know.
crazy.
Yeah, you know, looking wild and.
What about random chicks back on the bus?
Nah.
No?
We're not having randoms. Like, first of all, like...
What, wifeys only?
Yeah, like, it's like this. You can't have a random, but if you've been chatting with her for a little bit and y'all cool...
She's outside. She's not in the random zone.
She's not in the random zone anymore. Like she
What's
might
that,
get
10
a
minutes,
she
20
might get a
minutes
she might get a head nod walking past like me or something like with the one of the homies or something. And I'm gonna be like, what's up? Oh, word, respect. But if you know, like, I'm good on that. Y'all better get a hotel or something. Now I'm a real one that like you know support the homie like if that's what he want to do like you know. But you know Tokyo move a little different, and you know it just ain't everything on my bus. So you know that's just how I move.
You have to regulate. You have to.
That's just how I move. Like I'm made in Tokyo. Wouldn't be no other way. You can't just. We not about to have a bus load of them. Like you know, you got to figure it out. And even if there was a bus load, a female around me or whatever, Tokyo is probably the most quiet. Boom. Like I'm not in your. Like I'm in my bag 24/7. I'm not really worried about your bag. Like I'm trying to get my bag. So like, and that's just I'm selfish. I'm selfish right now.
I like
I'm super.
No distraction,
I'm
man.
super selfish. Albums out. Tours coming. I'm working on new albums and other things, brands and all of that. Like I gotta collect everything. Like
secure the bag, baby. I can see the focus in the eye, man. I can see the focus, man.
Securing everything. Working with any dope artist. If you was like, yo, this artist is dope and I believe in him, like, send an open verse now. And I want to gas it. If it's a hot song in the city, send it to me now. Let me remix it. Get me hip. Like, you know, I'm here. Like, you know, like that's how, like, that's my whole energy with just everything. And you know.
Yeah, no distraction.
No distraction.
Heavily focused.
We're you know, we're in Maiden LDN mode. You feel me?
Respect that.
We locked in. It's good vibes. I'm focused. The album sounds great. My fans are telling me I didn't disappoint them, and you know, like that's all that really matters at the end of the day. And my family loves the project, and that's a big thing. True's dancing, and you know, we traveling. We doing Coca-Cola shows. We on Sprite bottles. We Ciroc commercials. We Fall Out Boy remixes on rock stuff. Like we're Reebok shoes. Like we are so blessed, fam. You feel me? Like we're like, you know, bless up. You feel me? Man. Like that's like I can only thank God. Shout out to Novelist, shout out to Gigs, shout out to Skepta, shout out to Section Boys, known as Smoke Boys now, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Paying attention.
I'm hip. I'm hip now. Like I'm hip. You know, just in the mix. Ray too. She's on fire. Man, there's a list.
Yeah.
You guys have you guys have a roster. Like it's not like no one sleep, fam. Like it's like this.
Yeah.
I'm up.
Yeah.
Like I'm up. I'm woke on this, and like I'm embracing it. Like I love it, and I love too. Another thing, I love the pace of the music and the clubs, and everybody's dancing and everybody's having fun, and it's just a different vibe. But like I said, it's a great time to be alive. We're all blessed because we woke up today, and even if you're watching this, life's good. Life's good if you're up and you can breathe and you can chase what you want to do. And even if you're not successful at it, attempting is successful. Like, you know, like attempting to do it, attempting to trying, because people don't like to try. Like, people scared to try, you know? So you just got to throw yourself out there and you're going to land somewhere. But if you don't throw yourself out there, you're stuck.
Yeah, man.
So, and that's my
that's the motivation, man.
That's my vibe.
Now, you've got the London show, O2 Islington. 20th? We don't know. Oh, the 20th.
Yeah, the 20th. The 20th. It's going to be lit. I'm going to be back, and I'm excited. You know, like when you already, like I have this thing when I'm places and I know that I'm going to be, like I'm leaving in like 2 days or 3 days. Like the second day, if I really like the place, like the second, like where I know like I have 2 days left, I'll start already missing the place. I'll be like, oh, nah, man. Like we was just having fun. We was just, like, you know, like, so this is one of those moments I'm like, oh, I'm enjoying it. Like, I like this place, even though I'm not doing, like I was explaining to somebody, I was like, I'm not the tourist guy. I don't do all of that. Like, I create vibes and moments, and say if somebody from London was like, hey, let's go here, then I'd probably do that. But me hopping in an Uber and going to go check out a landmark, I'm not that guy. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here. There's gonna be moments that I'm here, weeks of time, months of time, maybe years of time. I don't know. Like, it's like I plan on being here, like, forever. My vibe, everything. So it's like I'm gonna enjoy like every vibe and come back and do things at the moments and go to different food spots that I was not even recommended and just figure it out. Like and just live and have fun. There's so much.
Exactly.
There's so much you can do when you can travel and you got a passport. It's so much you can see. You never be bored. Like you can never be like, you know. It's like, oh, I don't like the people in US, so I'm gonna go to London.
Exactly.
And like you're here, I'm gonna go here and visit this place. You can always
Catch your
move
vibe,
around. Like that's why I inspire anybody. Get your passport. Like get out of your comfort zone. You gotta get uncomfortable to get comfortable. And that's how I feel. So you gotta move around. And,
Sounds blessed, man. If you need a DJ for the 20th, let me know, baby.
Oh, you can definitely do something like that.
Yeah.
That sounds fire. I want to do some. Do you know? I'll figure that out. I wonder if I have a day or something around that, or is it just I'm here and I'm gone? Cause you know, like that kind of sucks. But you know, like when you imagine you have a show and you turn up and it was a lit night, and then you're like back on the road for the next show, and you have to be A1 for the next show that night. And it's like, but I want to turn up and like go so crazy and make everybody remember your London show. And then you have the show the next, and then like, oh, well, he was a little off because he was so late in London, like you know, like or whatever, or you know, or he had a streak of all of these shows, and I feel like all of these shows are gonna have the same intense vibe, like, because I've never performed at these places with my fans, and like, you know, like lines outside or any of that, merch or like just all of that. Like I just want to see like a London kid get one of my t-shirts, like one of my fans get one of my t-shirts and be like, yo, can you sign this? I haven't even had that yet. Like I'm dying, you know, you feel me? Like I'm dying to see all of that experience. Like, yo, I've been listening to music forever. Like, you know, I'm waiting for that. Like, you know, I got some at the club, but you know, club is more grown a little bit. Everybody's drunk. You know, like, everybody's drunk. And that's like, MadeinTYO.
Exactly. And sometimes they're in the club for being in the club as opposed to coming to see you in the show.
So, you know, I'm excited when I get to perform, put on a show, and, you know, like get the, you know, meet and greet or anything like that. It's gonna be dope. I'm excited. Album's out once again. Tour is coming once again. New videos, new sauce, new fits, new designer, new racks. Nah, I'm just like, you know, all of that. You know, like that.
I appreciate you
Love,
coming
man.
through, man.
Love, man. I appreciate you. You were a legend. I've watched so many different interviews, all of that, you know. So when, you know, people be like, oh, you're going to Westwood, you're going to love him, and I'm like, I know his energy. Like they're gonna be like, oh, you've never. I'm like, come on, I'm hip. Just like it wouldn't be right if I'm not hip to the artist. You gotta be hip to DJs, to everybody in this music industry that's doing something to push a culture or push something forward. Cause like, you don't have to do these videos. You don't have to grab everybody or these young artists or overseas people. Like, you could stay in your bag and work with, like, you've done so much. Like, you feel me? Like, so I appreciate you.
Thank you, family.
Thank you.
That love,
Thank
man.
you.
And you're big fans of the music, man. As Skateboard P was a massive record for me.
I love that. Cause, you know, it's usually people like, I love your I Want or I love Uber. Tim Westwood says, I love Skateboard P.
I know we was on that from early.
Like, we early on that. That's hard. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
My family.
Thanks
for coming through, man.
Love.
Tim Westwood TV.
Oh.